We are live as we travel the uphill road, coming to you from Black Bottom, #1 Detroit. We thank God that we have survived and now have arrived at the last stop. Living with reality, truth, and consequences. Exciting yet thoughtful conversations. Monologue, dialogues, dynamic guests, interviews. Most importantly, you, the listening audience. Live chat. Soon coming will be live call-in as we grow. Here at the last stop, we follow proven mathematical steps to its logical, biological, natural, commonsensical conclusion. Like 1 + 1 = 2, right? We all learn like that. So Dems, Repubs, Christians, Jews, Muslim, Hindu, and who do you do? Why must we compete when we all say that we believe in peace? In peace. In peace. In peace. Well, all right now, unbuckle your seatbelts. You have arrived at the last stop. I'm your host and conductor, Mansa Bay.
Employers and are canning employees. And when crimes are committed, people are being prosecuted. Because if you normalize these reactions, if you allow people to destroy property, especially at a memorial tribute, our society will continue to suffer. And we know things are only going to get more dangerous. And by the way, kudos to Clemson University. 3 individuals associated with that university have been fired for their actions and their online posts. And by the way, for all of you saying, oh, Laura, this is cancel culture. No, you're wrong. These people weren't fired for expressing different political views, disagreeing with Charlie. He loved that. That's not what's going on. And of course, the same people who said nothing when grandmothers were rounded up for walking through the Capitol on January 6th, of course, they're upset, crying foul over these consequences.
Most of these people are not public figures. They were anonymous until a few days ago when this conservative campaign organized online.
You can't punish celebrating the death of someone. That's not illegal, and that shouldn't be who we are.
Okay. First of all, ludicrous analysis. Cheering for political violence is only going to beget more political violence. That's number one. But if you engage in speech that effectively incites more violence or that shows incredibly bad judgment, there will and should be societal consequences, employment and education-related repercussions. It's reasonable to think that. Now, Charlie Kirk was himself, as we are, passionate defenders of the First Amendment. Political speech should be protected. That's why he was fine with people confronting him in person, even when they said the most absurd insults. He tweeted last year that hate speech doesn't exist legally in America. All of it's protected by the First Amendment. Keep America free. Agree totally. And we aren't saying that you can't say hateful things. We aren't saying that you can't say evil things. But if you celebrate an assassination, then it is reasonable to expect that that could have negative consequences for your career. Hello. Defamation, harassment, incitement to violence does not shield you from your responsibility to abide by contractual obligations, university standards, or student honor codes. But naturally, the New York Times, after the Kirk assassination, finds a way to blame Trump, saying that he escalates attacks on political opponents after the killing. Come on. It's all a lie. The Democrats and their press poodles claim that we're trying to stop all criticism of the president. What? Have you seen any evidence that Democrats are afraid to criticize Trump? My goodness, look at the way they're treating his cabinet on Capitol Hill, Kash Patel today. Did they look like they were people who live in fear of the secret police coming after them for criticizing the administration? Of course not. Because this whole line of argument is a lie. They know no one is trying to hinder true free speech. The left knows they have encouraged violence, though, and they intend to keep doing so.
That's right, they do.
And so they're going to continue to deflect blame and a lie in a desperate effort to avoid any political consequences for their own actions. So the bottom line tonight on The Angle is this. They will keep supporting violence against the right until they're punished by the voters. Consequences are long overdue, and consequences are coming. And that's The Angle.
Wow, that was interesting. I didn't know if I was recording or not. That was powerful. I hope I got that with Laura Ingram, kind of illustrating the fullness of this event. I said the assassination of Charlie Kirk was big, as big as Kennedy, as big as MLK, Martin Luther, as big as Robert Kennedy. Yeah. But notice that when Martin Luther King was assassinated, thought just came to my mind there. There was riots and burning all over the country. When John F. Kennedy was assassinated, there were no riots. When Robert F. Kennedy was assassinated, there were. But when Martin Luther King was assassinated, all hell broke loose. And then when George Floyd was being arrested and suffered from a heart attack and a death from a drug overdose while being arrested, all hell broke loose. All came to my mind that, wow, that's interesting. But again, like I said, that was a big deal, and where the country's headed right now is very dangerous for everyone, because you have these terrorists, domestic terrorists now, who not only want to, as they say, kill all the right-wingers, all the Republicans, and all of those who support Trump, support Charlie Kirk. Not only do they threaten to kill them, but what they also do is they will call in the false bomb threats to the black universities. They will create a atmosphere, an illusion. Like I said, what the black colleges closed down for? Why, what the black colleges got to do with Charlie Kirk being murdered, assassinated? Well, in my opinion, nothing. However, they've been putting this out all along. The most dangerous thing to America is the white nationalists. That's what Biden said. White nationalists have not killed anyone on a political scale that I know of, okay? All I see is Antifa and these transgender types doing all the killing, all the Democrat supporters and followers. They're doing all the killing and all the murdering and all the yelling and the screaming and violations of human rights. Defund the police. You can burglarize up to $1,000 and you won't get arrested. What kind of shit is that? Excuse my English. What kind of stuff is that? Ooh, look at California. All right, I got to go do some work here, and I got to go fix my truck. Bar joint broke. The lower bar joint broke, and so I got to go out here and fix it. Until the next time, I'm your host and conductor, Mansa Bay AM. Thank you.